This is Rizwan Syed reporting for NRI News. I have with me Professor Lanjewar and Sachin Mamgai. Professor Lanjewar runs coaching and a mentoring class in the city of Pune. He has a prominence in not only educating the students of class 10th to class 12th, but also preparing them for competitive exams, and he is a special mentor to them. He emphasizes in the overall development of the student. He takes up challenges as students who are underperforming, and mentors them to excel not only in their career but also in their daily life. Sachin is an apt example of the success story. So, Professor Lanjewar, welcome to our show, and we would like you to speak something about yourself and let our audience know what you are and what you do.
Actually, I started my institute in 2007 and already worked for the renowned institute for before 7 and 8 years. And I decided to start my own. And my sole aim was to not only create an educated student in the market, but also to create a skillful students in the atmosphere. Sachin is one of the students who was not good in studies, but I seen some potential, some good thing in him. His liking towards reptiles was amazing, and I told him to just pursue his career in reptile terms. And now in his position, now he's writing his articles for the King Snake, Texas, and really earning a good sort of money out of that. And I hope, I wish him all the best for his future. He will create his mark in his field and do something good, which is admirable. Thank you.
Well, that was really great inspiration, Professor. Now, Sachin, we would like to know something about your liking for studies. As we say that, you had a challenge in that, but then today you are a successful content writer. You're writing for an international brand and you're doing what you love most, handling reptiles and taking care of them, saving them. So, Sachin, my first question to you would be that when we talk about education and we talk about studies, the books that you have to read and the exams that you'll go for, what are your thoughts on that and what was your challenge?
Actually, I was not that good student in studies. So basically, studying was a very big challenge for me. It was like clearing a hurdle. And I used to think it's a very unnecessary thing to study. But later on, I realized the importance. And Lanjewar sir was the one who helped me the most. I was never a good student, but this person made a good student out of me. And the best thing about him is like he motivated me in my field. So he gave me some opportunities. If you perform good in studies, I'll give you something. If you perform good in this, I'll give you something which will be helpful for your field. So that was the reason I was like able to cope up with my studies. And later on, somehow I cleared my studies. So later on, I have to study. I am taking a degree in MSc Zoology and Wildlife Biology. So that I have to pursue it, as education is compulsory. So basically, I'll pursue with my studies.
Sachin, can you tell us something about your passion for snakes? How did you develop that passion? And how are you pursuing it? How interesting it is? And do you think that studies is as essential as going ahead with your passion?
Okay, so first of all, as you asked me with my passion, so I'll start with my passion. There was a time when I used to be like very afraid of snakes. You can call it a snake phobia or a reptile phobia. So I used to see people killing very brutally snakes, like they used to make a pickle out of his head. So in some bottom of my heart, I felt like this is something wrong. I don't think so. They might be so harmful that people are killing them. Then I started studying them. I used to watch Animal Planet. I used to watch National Geographic. I used to get very influenced by them. So later on, when I started studying, I really found them beautiful. And they were like very harmless creatures, like just misunderstood by the people. So there came a question in my mind. So what can I do to save these creatures, these beautiful creatures? So later on, I just realized I'll try to become a snake rescuer if possible. First of all, it was just a thinking, it was just an imagination for me that I'll become a snake rescuer. Like every boy has a dream, I'll become a Superman one day. So I used to have a dream that I'll rescue snakes in front of people, and it was something like more than the Superman for me. So I started like contacting many of my nearby snake rescuers, and like my sir, Mr. Raju Yadav and Mr. Iqbal Sheikh, they helped me a lot in becoming this. And today I'm capable of writing for Americans, and very good knowledge they gave me. I started studying each part of them, their scales, their scientific names, and many behavior. And now basically like I'm planning to study for the king cobra. I might be going Kerala in 10 days. So basically I want to study the king cobra, and I've done research in Uttaranchal about the new species of the snake, and later on I'm going to pursue with that in a few years with the research. So as you asked me, sir, the essential of studies is the study more important or my field is important? According to me, I think so. Because of my hobby, I can do many things. I have that confidence. But the thing is that study will always be a second option with me, because if I don't succeed in one path, I have a second path with me. That I think about studies.
Okay, hearing you out, what I feel is that studies is not just a book that you have to read up and go and put it in an exam. It is a knowledge that you gather. And the English that we speak today is also a part of your studies, and you're so fluent. It's definitely that a credible thing has happened to you at Lanjewar Academy. Now, correlating the activities that you do, you are actually studying. You're studying snakes. So when a student is given to study what he loves, a student is as creative, as brilliant, as awesome as any other student.
I really agree with you. I think if a student who loves football and he has been told to study football, I think so he will be the topper. And he will be the most brightest student. I think so. I agree with you. It's like a very good plan.
Professor, what do you think about this? Do you think something should be done in our education system to impact students in studying what they love, what they like, so that they can become what they want to be?
I cannot change the education system. I have to go along with the education system. Here the parent's role is amazing. What parent has to do, they could take care of the likings and disliking of the child. They should know what are my students liking. If suppose they want to do something good in that particular field, they should motivate them to do something good in that field. See, mark sheet is another part. Your certificates are another part. But I feel myself one can just work for 30, 40 years in such a field where he like it most. So always motivate them to do or create a future in that particular field where they're liking. Always appreciate that.
That's a great thought. Now, moving back to the work that you do, you've been impacting a lot of students. You have been mentoring them. We've seen you when we were around your office that you're actually speaking to the parents, trying to reason out with them, even counseling the parents to a certain extent. So this energy, this thought, what is the secret behind it?
Yeah, see, this is what my liking is actually. My father also wanted me to become an executive in a multinational company. But education is only a field where I can just take my breath. Otherwise, I cannot. It's my liking field. I do something good in that. And so this is what a field that I'm going good from last 17 years and I'm not tired. And for next 50 years, I can do in the same energetic way. I can do that because it's my liking field.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you. This is Rizwan Syed for NRI News. Over and out.